Welcome to my podcast, The Reality Recap. I'm your host, Queen E. If you didn't know me, a little bit about myself, just so we can get a little comfortable with each other. I'm 28. I live in Canada. I'm a reality TV junkie, which is why you're here. You're not going to regret it. If you do, well, come back. Maybe you won't regret it the next time. Just keep coming back and maybe eventually you'll fall in love with me because I'm already in love with you. And guess what I'm also in love with? Love Island All-Stars. I was a little bit skeptical about this season, but I'm not going to lie. After episode 2, I was locked in. I'm fully locked in. We're back in South Africa for season 2 of Love Island All-Stars. If by any chance you stumbled upon this podcast and you don't know what Love Island is, let me just break it down for you really quickly. We get a bunch of singles, 5 girls, 5 guys, and they match up with each other. There's dumpings, there's recouplings, there's challenges, there's a whole lot of kissing. And at the end of it, the winning couple wins 50,000 pounds. It's 50,000 pounds, right? It should be if it's not. So basically, there's a whole lot of drama that happens on the show. So if you love that kind of thing, buckle up because we're ready to go. So one new thing that's happening this season is something called the Secret Garden. It's kind of like the Hideaway if you have watched Love Island before. And it's going to be open all hours of the day. And you can only go in there if you're not coupled up with someone. Okay, it's going to be very important this season. So let's meet the cast. Okay, we got people that I love and people that I less than like because we don't hate anybody. Okay, well, we're just going to make that clear. There is no hate. Okay, we are enjoying a TV show. So we're going to start with Catherine. Catherine is 24. She's from season 10. She said that her first time around, she trusted her friends a little bit too much. And this time around, she's going to trust her gut. Now, let me tell you what happened with Catherine the last time. She came in, she was with Andre, I feel, and they were just friends. Then Scott came in, and I personally am still recovering from the demise of Catherine because they were so cute and he was so cute and she was cute and they would But anyways, Ty was talking a lot. He was basically like, Scott doesn't like you. I'm like, Scott likes her. So Casa Amor came, Elam came, and it was a mess. So she had a little bit of a heated conversation with Scott after Casa. And so the villa kind of turned on her just a little bit. And then she was dumped quite abruptly. So justice for Catherine and Scott. If you want to bring in Scott, I know he's already been on like 3 times. I think I'm okay with a 4th. I think I'm okay. Next is Curtis. He is 28. He was from season 5. Now, Curtis had an interesting run because he was with Amy, and Amy is notorious for saying, I was coming back here to tell you that I loved you. Loved who, girl? Curtis. I was looking at her like, already? Okay. Curtis was connecting with Maura. We love Maura, the bombshell of all bombshells. Okay. It didn't quite work out with either of them. And then he went on Love Island Games and he was connecting with Justine. That didn't quite work out either. So this time he says he knows what he wants and he plans on leaving with a girlfriend. I think he might. He's given an aura that was quite unexpected for me, but I'm looking at Curtis with some new eyes this time around. Next is Ronnie. Ronnie is 28. Ronnie was just here 30 seconds ago. We haven't even recovered from Ronnie's departure. Why is he back? Where's Harriet? Harriet hasn't even fixed her hair straight from their breakup. But okay, I guess we have to deal with this man again. He claims he's not going to couple up with as many women as he did the last time. He also says he's not going to be moving mad, please. Ronnie, if there's one thing we know about you, you love yourself some attention, especially from women. So, I guess we'll have to take your word for it. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Next, we have Gabby, who's 32. Gabby is from season 3. And her last time on Love Island, her connection cheated on her after 10 months of being together. We're actually going to meet her connection later. So this is actually insane. But that's kind of heartbreaking. 10 months is pretty substantial, especially in 2025. That's damn near marriage at this point. So yeah, he cheated. I think it was in Mexico. Was it Mexico? Some kind of vacation. And so, yeah, she's still a little bit hurt by that. We'll see if they'll resolve things between them. Then we have Naz. He is 28. He's from season 6. He is 1 year single after a 4-year relationship with Eva. Season 6 was a winter season, so not a lot of people watched. I was one of the people who watched, though, because I started Love Island around season 5. So I did watch that winter season. He met Eva from Casa Amor. Yeah, because initially he was partnered up with Demi, and then Demi pretty much friend-zoned him. He came back with Eva, and they had been together for 4 years, but unfortunately it didn't work out. I love him though. He's just like a sweet boy. So I wish him all the best. Next is India. India is 34. Can I just say, I thought she was like 27. Not to be ageist, but I'm just like, you're 34? Damn. Yes, girl, you better work. She's from season 5, and she's best known for going to the finale with Ovi. Unfortunately, her biggest claim with fame is who she was tied to, but I mean, come on. It was Ovi. We all were gushing over Ovi. If you weren't gushing over Ovi, you're lying. You're lying. I am still gushing over Ovi. I'm quite hurt that he refuses to come back, but you know, maybe we'll just keep trying to convince him, okay? I'll keep tweeting. Don't worry about it. So anyways, this time around, she says she is looking for something serious. So maybe she'll find her person on the show. Then we have Kaz, who is 29. She is from season 4. I didn't watch season 4. That was the season just before I caught on to Love Island. However, if you feel like she looks familiar, she was on The Challenge on MTV. She won twice. So I vaguely was like, I know this face. If you are like me, it's probably because you saw her on The Challenge. So she had a lot of negative publicity when she came off of Love Island. So this time around, she definitely wants to have a better experience and hopes that the blogs are a little bit nicer to her. Spoiler alert. She gets into a lot of mess. So I don't know how likely that's going to be. But maybe she can make a better name for herself this time around. Then we have Scott. Scott is 36. He was from season 2, and he was partnered up with Katie. If you did not watch season 2, you probably did watch the last season where Katie was on. She came in as a bombshell. So he and Katie didn't quite work out. I mean, Katie's quite the firecracker. Okay, a lot going on with Katie. And he says he's now more mature and he's trying to make a connection in real life instead of on the apps. He's tired of the apps. I think he said he had seen Kaz on the apps. Yeah, he's done with that. He just wants to make a real life connection. Also, fun fact about him, he is on a journey of sobriety. So he has given up alcohol. I'm not quite sure what was going on with him and alcohol, but he's completely dry. And so congrats for him. We love that. Next is Olivia. She is 29 from season 9. Olivia stressed me out. Every single nerve that I have in my body, she danced on all of them. On all of them. She was partnered up with quite a few people. She was partnered up with Tom and some guy from Casa Amor. I don't remember his name. She was also partnered up with Kai. Kai's now engaged. Congrats. But yeah, Olivia, I was kind of skeptical to see you back, but throughout these episodes, she's grown on me. So I'm okay with her. Then we have Luca. Luca is 25. He's from season 8. He also stressed me. And I don't think that has changed. I think he stressed me more this time than he did the last time. So he was with Gemma and he feels like that relationship ran a little bit too long. Sir, it was like a handful of months. It was like 2 or 3 months. What do you mean? And that's even crazy that he's saying that because on the show, you could not tell this man anything about Gemma. If anybody questioned their connection, he was ready to go to war for his Gemma. Okay? You know, my Shayla, this was him. My Gemma. And now you talk about the relationship ran too, please. And now it ran too long. Okay, Luca. Anyways, he claims that he is older now. He's more mature. I got my side eye on him. Then we have Elma. Elma has a striking resemblance to Ash Holm. I don't know if you guys know who Ash Holm is, but she's an influencer from the UK. She has a podcast and everything. Like, they look so similar. Sometimes I'm like, Ash. Oh, no. That's not Ash. But Elma is 32. She's from season 5. She was in and out quite quickly. She's best known for coming into the villa with Mora. I was like, you did? And they showed the clip and everything. And I was like, you did? I don't recall her at all, but she's going to make quite the impact this time around. She says that she's looking for someone to match her vibe. So we'll see if anybody is on her level. Lastly, we have Marcel. Now, let me tell you my initial thoughts when I saw Marcel was on the show. I did not see his season. He was from season 3. He is 39 years old. And I said, hold the front door. Is that a saying that people say? Hold the front door? Well, that's what I'm going to say. 39 years old. What are you doing on Love Island? Not even for the fact that he's 39, but typically Love Islanders are like 22 to max 30, 31. So I was a little bit like, what's going on? But in general, the cast is more mature. And I'm not mad at it. I feel like they're self-assured, they're go-getters. A lot of them aren't timid about pursuing their connections. They're also quite forthright with their feelings. And I do like that. I think that comes with age. And they're seasoned now when it comes to reality TV as well. So they're a little bit tactical in how they do things. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the mature cast. 39 is still a little bit of a stretch, but it's okay. He is the guy who was with Gabby 7 years ago, and he cheated on her on vacation at the hotel that they were sleeping at. Now, I don't know if it's the same hotel room, if it's the same hotel bed, but the point is you cheated. Okay? The point is you cheated. And I guess you could say karma had its way with him because apparently he had his own little scandal. Anyways, he is now going through a divorce, which is unfortunate, but I'm thinking, you don't want to wait till the divorce is over before coming on the show? Okay, I personally would wait until the ink dries, because let me tell you, this is a tangent, but sit close, sit tight. I once dated a man almost a year ago to the date, actually, and he was divorced a year prior to meeting me. Don't you ever waste your time. I just feel like there's so much like healing that needs to be done after a marriage, but he says he's ready to find love. Maybe that's true. He does have a kid. He is a very present father. He said that the divorce isn't, well, I'm thinking it's not messy, because he said that he and his partner are just trying to handle it the best way for their son. So it sounds like it's an amicable separation. So maybe he can leave here with a good partner. That is the cast. Now let's get into the drama. So we start with an icebreaker. The guys line up and the girls are given red flags to give to a guy and to explain what the reason is. So Marcel got 2 red flags because, well, he's a cheater. Now I'm thinking, oh, ladies, there's a few cheaters on the cast this season, but they just did not like the way that he treated Gabby way back in the day. It was 7 years ago, but clearly for Gabby, it's still a sore subject. So he got 2 red flags. Then we have Ronnie, who got 1 red flag for DMing Olivia while still with Harriet. Now he says it wasn't a relationship, but you were with the girl, like, come on. Then we have Scott, who got 1 red flag because he's just been single for too long. The ladies are suspicious of why that is. Luca got 2 flags, also because of how long he's been single and just because of his age. They're not quite sure if they'll mix with him well. Then Maya tells the cast that it's the public who actually voted for who is going to be coupled up with who. So the Islanders don't get to pick. And I'm like, I already know y'all chose the messiest options. And you definitely did. But we're going to wait to get to that. The girls are getting ready for the night. They look cute as if they always look cute. One thing about these Love Island girls, they know how to pull an outfit together. Okay. So they're looking cute. They're sitting around waiting for the men to approach, and no man is approaching. I feel like this is the pandemic. Okay. We already had a pandemic. The new pandemic is not being approached these days. And I know it's 2025. We could do the approaching too, but like, come on. I'm here. I'm looking cute. You know, I got my makeup on. I got my dress on. We're in sunny South Africa. But anyways, it's fine. It's fine. The first guy to break the ice is Curtis. He goes over and he talks to Kaz. He's bigging her up. He's telling her, oh my gosh, I'm even nervous talking to you. Like, it was cute. He even threw in some like game relating to his dancing. Now, I was concerned about Curtis and his little hip thrusts, but the dancing game was working on her and me. Can you imagine? Because he said, oh, I could throw you over my shoulder. I said, oh, can you? Can you? Okay. It was working for me. So yeah, that was good. Kaz also says that Curtis was one of the first guys who just like caught her attention. And so when Maya comes back and they do the recoupling, they both get their wish and they are coupled up together. Then we have India, who is with Scott. Catherine is with Naz. Olivia is with Luca. Elma is with Ronnie, which means y'all really like mess. Y'all really like mess because why did you put Marcel and Gabby together? Y'all know Gabby is still sore from the subject. Y'all know the man is recovering from his own cheating scandal. Then you're going to put him with somebody he cheated on? Come on. But anyways, they had a little talk. It was a little bit heated at first because Marcel wasn't trying to own up to it fully, in my opinion. But they're on good terms now. They're even friends. They've become like their safe space in the villa. They'll come talk about their connections and stuff. It's actually cute. I can't lie. It's cute. So Ekin always got a bag, Sue. I like to call her Ekin Birkin bag because she secures the bag every time. She was on Love Island, as we know. She then went on to The Traitors, US, and then she did Big Brother, UK, and now she's back on Love Island All Stars. I think too, when she was with Davide, she was supposed to get like a traveling show or whatever. But like the point is, Ekin Birkin bag Sue is always in her bag, okay? So she comes to the villa as a bombshell and she gets to pick 3 guys to go on a date with. She picks Ronnie, Curtis, and Scott, who apparently she had been DMing here and there. So all the guys and the girls are shocked at Ekin-Su's confidence. She just exudes like, I'm that girl, you know? You better pay attention when Ekin-Su walks into the room because she will command all the attention. So a lot of the guys are like, oh my gosh, like her aura is so overwhelming. And the girls are a little bit pressed too. Namely, Elma. Elma was really in a tizzy, like, oh my gosh, like, is she gonna take my man? Whatever. Elma girl, it's okay. Just chill out. Who should really be concerned is India, because Scott was having the most fruitful conversation, I feel, with her. And the next person was maybe Curtis, and then Ronnie was kind of quiet. So I think at this point, it was Scott who had the most potential. So India, like I said, should be a little bit concerned because Scott is getting on well. But then again, they just came in as friends, right? So Scott has been into India for a while. He thinks that she's gorgeous. However, they haven't been able to break out of the friend zone. So now that they, they're both single, they're both looking for something serious, maybe there's some genuine potential here between them. So never know. So she's kind of concerned about Ekin-Su. Elma's concerned about Ekin-Su. But Ronnie was kind of like quiet. He was on mute, basically, while he was in the secret garden. So coming out, they reconvene and he's like, listen, I like you. She's like, okay, great. I like you. And it's happy days. The next day, Ekin-Su has more conversations with Ronnie and Curtis. And Curtis is who catches her attention a lot. She's like, wow, you're very attentive. You're quite manly. And this is an interesting thing with Curtis. Like, no offense to Curtis, but the first time Curtis was on screen, I was just like, I don't get what it is about him. Like, what the way Amy was like, I was coming back to tell you that I loved you. I said, loved who? Loved who? But okay. He got with Maura on that season. That didn't work out. Then he went on Love Island Games and he was connecting with Justine and that didn't work out. And now he's connecting with Ekin-Su. And the through line when it comes to him is that he's just this attentive, great guy. I think I'm starting to see it. I think I am. There's something about Curtis. It's similar to Ekin-Su. They have this aura. And so, yeah, Ekin is really taken by him. And I was pleasantly surprised. She also talked to Ronnie a little bit more. It seemed like they were having like a cheekier conversation. Ronnie thought the initial convo was a little bit deep. It was giving therapy. So this one was like more lighthearted and he did enjoy that. When it's time for Ekin-Su to actually pick somebody to couple up with, she picks Curtis. Now, I did say she had a great conversation with Curtis, but I still thought Scott was in the mix, but no. That's it, which means that Kaz is now single, but she's not alone because in comes Casey. Who did this? Who did this? Who do I have to talk to? 3 times. We have to experience Casey 3 times. It feels like he's a cockroach you just can't get rid of. Between him and season 10 Scott, I'm just like, who was harder to get rid of? At this point, it's looking like Casey, okay? So Casey did not get the warmest welcome by Kaz. She knows his reputation in the street, and the word on the street is he doesn't really treat women the best. Now, this has to be probably the worst kept secret because one thing about Casey, he's always going to do the maddest thing on the show. Like, we're not surprised that this is his reputation, but maybe this is his time to redeem himself. I feel like that's the theme of the season. Redemption. I think that's the theme. So yeah, maybe he will prove us wrong. I don't know. So after the tension has died down, they play a game of truth or dare. I'm only going to talk about the things that stood out to me, okay? Curtis licked India from toe to head because she is the complete package. I said, oh, okay. I was shocked by that because he didn't go and talk to her, but apparently she's the complete package according to him. Then we have Scott, who kisses Olivia, Kaz, and India, rating their kisses 9, 9, and 10 respectively. Ronnie kisses Elma, Ekin, and Kaz, which looked quite uncomfortable. And if there's one thing I remember about Ronnie, he's an aggressive kisser. Sir, I get it. We're in a game. We're excited. It's Love Island. Whoa, like drama, but like, have some finesse, have some passion, have some care, caress the women. You know what I'm saying? Like put a little, in it. Just he has too much oomph. Just a little less oomph, but oomph. You know what I'm saying? So the next day, actually, Elma talks about his kissing game. She's like, yeah, you gotta work on it. And they did work on it, so good for them. Then lastly, we have Luca, who kisses Kaz and India because he thinks that they are the most attractive. Now, it's important to note, he is coupled up with Olivia. And so Olivia is kind of feeling away like, wow, I thought we had a good thing going. Like, what's the deal? Apparently, one of the other girls said something about him. I can't quite remember, but basically, he's just not serious about Olivia. So unfortunately, they had to end their connection. Now, like I said, Olivia's season, I was stressed over her. However, it is really sad to see her have to constantly experience men who don't reciprocate her feelings. Like her first time around, I think she was coupled up with Scott. She was also coupled up with Kai. There was another guy too from Casa Amor. And it's like, she gets so excited and she's so ready to pursue something, and then the guys just pick somebody else to pursue, and it's unfortunate. But luckily this time around, we'll talk about it later, she does form a genuine connection, and I'm actually happy for her. So the first kiss outside of a challenge is between Ekin Birkenbag Sue. I'll just call her Ekin Sue. I just wanted to say that one more time. Ekin Sue and Curtis. They had a conversation on the terrace. We know Ekin Sue loves a terrace, okay? And he leans in. He gives her a passionate kiss and stuff. And it was loud as hell. I'm not going to repeat it for you because I don't want to torture your ears in that way. But as loud as it was, nobody else heard it. It was just us. So she goes down and she tells all the girls, oh my gosh, like he and I kissed. She didn't know that Kaz was under the covers. Kaz was like that. She was under the covers, okay? And so it's like, oh, damn, the guy that I was connecting with is genuinely connecting with somebody else. So you would think Kaz would feel a little bit down. No. Like I said, Kaz was on the challenge. She won it twice. She said, oh, this is my third challenge to win. Okay. She took that as a challenge to accept, and she accepted it. She said, no problem. I like a little bit of competition. And in the Truth or Dare game, she did say Ekin Sue was her biggest competition. So I guess this is fun for her. Speaking of challenges, we have both Scott and India who are struggling to figure out how they're going to kiss because they're trying to do the whole friends to lovers journey. And it's a little bit awkward sometimes. They're getting advice from the other islanders. Listen, I don't know who needs a crash course on how to initiate a kiss, but let me give it to you, okay? I might not be an expert, but I know a little thing or two about how to get a kiss. The triangle method. If you have not heard about it, it's quite simple. You look left in the eye. You look left, you look right, you look down. Now here's a little finesse, okay? Look at the left eye, look at the right eye, look at the left eye again, look at the right eye, and then look down and linger. Maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. If he doesn't kiss you after that, baby, he was never going to kiss you. Let's just be honest. Okay. But that's how you finesse a kiss. Okay. But they end up talking about, oh, should we kiss? Should we? And honestly, that's not bad, because one thing about consent, it is very sexy. Everybody remember that. Consent is sexy. Okay. So the kisses continue. We have Casey, who intercepts a conversation between Gabby and Luca. They head up to the terrace and they share a kiss. Now, Gabby was kind of torn between Luca and Casey. She feels like they're both attractive, but they might not be on the same level that she's at. They might not be looking for what she's looking for. Respectfully, Gabby, if your only two options are Casey and Luca, is it really a tough decision? I feel like either one is kind of the same. Just being honest. The other couple to kiss is Marcel and Olivia. She, of course, just ended things with Luca. She wanted somebody who was more mature. And I would assume that a 39-year-old father on the brink of a divorce is mature. At least I'd hope so. Okay. So there is a love triangle forming between Ronnie, Elma, and Kaz. Ronnie kissed Elma outside of a challenge in front of the whole villa, and everybody was so excited. It looked so cute. Happy days, right? Wrong. Because shortly after, he and Kaz go into the secret garden and share a not so secret kiss. A few, actually. Because Kaz comes out and she's like, yeah, we kissed. Elma was not having it. Elma and Kaz in the real world are friends to some degree, I guess you could say. And so she was talking to Ekin-Su and was like, there's no way my friend would do that. Well, there is a way. A few ways. She did it a few times. So yeah, it turned into a whole dumpster fire. Ronnie was in the mix. He was trying to say it was mutual. You leaned in. Ronnie, you leaned in. Let's be honest. Okay. He did not want to admit to that, but he said it's mutual. And I guess a kiss is mutual because it has to be consensual. Always consensual, because consent is sexy. So the next day, that's still the drama between them. She confronts both of them. It's just a whole thing. When it comes to her relationship with Kaz, it's unfortunate that it feels like girl code has been violated, but respectfully, you're dealing with Ronnie. If there's one thing we know about Ronnie, he's going to try to get with any girl he can. Like, if he could have a harem of women, I'm sure he would. Like, let's just be honest. To go in being like, oh, Ronnie wouldn't do that to me. That's so unlike him. Girl, please. Girl, please. The proof is in the pudding and on the film. Okay. It's time for the recoupling. We have Casey, who picks Gabby. Scott picks India. Curtis picks Ekin-Su. Marcel picks Olivia. Naz picks Catherine. And Ronnie starts with an apology to both women, but he ultimately picks Elma. Elma folded so quick. She was already after the recoupling, and I said, Elma, you couldn't even hold your loins for a second? She just, oh, okay, girl. I feel like this is only the beginning of a lot of drama for her, but she likes that man, and if you like it, I love it. And that means we have Luca and Kaz, who are together by default. Speaking of folding, Catherine and Naz. Now, I came into this season loving both of them. I'm obsessed with Catherine. And Naz, I liked him. I even was subscribed to their YouTube channel, him and Evil. That's her name. And I was kind of sad when they broke up, but I like them individually. I didn't know if I would like Catherine and Naz together. So when they went on the terrace and they kissed, and it was a good kiss too, you could give Ronnie a few lessons. I said, you know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm not mad at it. Now, will this relationship last on the outside? They won't even make it to Heathrow International, but I think it's cute for now. So Naz actually might have a few options. Right now, he's only connecting with Catherine, but he, along with Luca and Scott, get chosen to go on a date with Tina. She's from season 2. She left her season single after a huge blow up between her and Katie. I will not repeat what was said, but just know she read her down, okay? And she's determined this time to leave with a boyfriend. So on these dates, we have Luca. Now, Luca's trying very hard to prove that he's mature, but he looked at this woman and he said, you look like you have money. What? Why would you say that? What? That's so romantic. Okay. Then we have Naz, who connects with her on star signs. They are both Pisces. Now, I don't know what that means, but they thought it was a really good thing. So, yay. And then she has a date with Scott. So, they have a little bit of unfinished business because the altercation she had with Katie was because of Scott. And so, after they left, they weren't really able to connect much. So, now is their redemption. Like I said, everybody's getting redeemed this season. So, he goes back to the villa. He basically is like, yeah, I'm really intrigued to continue that connection. And India is not happy. And I can't blame her. Because let's sit here for a second, okay? I've known you for years. We've resolved our relationship to just being friends. And then you're going to tell me after I get my feelings involved, after I start getting the butterflies, I'm kissing you, we're kissing in bed and stuff, and you're going to tell me you want to reignite something with a girl from 7 years ago? Absolutely not. Luckily for her, Love Island, people come in and out. So somebody's going to come right in and want to talk to her. I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous. But it's like, I got my feelings involved. You know, you kind of gave me the impression that we're doing a good thing. And now you're like, oh, I kind of want to see what else is out there, which is par for the course for Love Island, but it still hurts. So she's talking to some other people and she's like, I feel like I should have just said, no, I'm not cool with it. But I think that would have made her look a little bit. So it probably was best that she didn't say that. But yeah, I kind of wish that Scott didn't go as full on as he did with her, just because she's now like so invested and he is still exploring the field. So we'll see what he does. He did say on his date that he was going to do things respectfully. I do believe that he's going to try his best to navigate things in the best way possible. Then we have Tina, who was put off by Casey. There's a story with Casey because Casey gets around, okay? So Casey and Tina were on Made in Chelsea, and when they were in Antigua, they slept together, and after the fact, it seemed like things just didn't go well between them, right? It's not that she has like bad things to say about him, but she just couldn't be bothered with him, basically. So when Tina came in, he said pretty loudly to Ronnie, oh, I slept with her. And so Gabby overheard that. And he's trying to tell Gabby like, oh, yeah, I just want to let you know this happened. And she's like, I heard you. You said it quite loud and clear. But that's Casey. Like, Casey lacks couth sometimes. And it's like, Casey, have some finesse. Like, I think sometimes Casey means well. Sometimes I think he just wants to be a menace. But sometimes I think he means well. But the way he goes about things is what makes it not land correctly, you know? So he is trying to be transparent, which is great, but like she already knows because you were so loud and proud about it. But luckily, Gabby is not too fussed. She's quite unbothered by the situation. It was in his past, so it is what it is. That's basically week 1 of Love Island. Me personally, I feel like I'm locked in, okay? I definitely want to see where things go between Naz and Catherine. The only thing with Naz and Catherine is that it kind of feels like they're seat fillers in each other's story. I don't think either one is like stringing the other along. I think Catherine might be more involved with Naz than he is with her, but I think both of them are just waiting to see what else is there. But honestly, when you're on Love Island, you have all the time in the world, basically. So have fun. Do whatever you got to do to occupy yourself. As long as both parties know we're just here to have fun, then I don't think there's any problem with that. Who else am I keeping my eye on? Definitely Scott. I hope that Scott does right by India. I feel like India is a sweet girl from what we know of her. Like, yeah, I just want India to, send in Ovi again. I know Ovi said, Ovi? Let me talk to you, Ovi. Let me talk to you. Ovi said, guys, it was 5 years ago. I'm your uncle now. Marcel's on the show. Marcel is 57. Okay? You can come on the show. It's okay. Come, reignite with India. Okay, fine. You don't have to reignite with India. You could talk to somebody else, okay? You could talk to, he can't talk to Catherine because Catherine's 25. Well, she's 24. Good Lord. He could talk to somebody. Just come for me, okay? I just want Ovi on the screen for me. This is definitely a selfish decision. I just want that eye candy on my screen. Yes. So yeah, I think India could find somebody, but right now I like her and Scott. So I want to see where that goes. And then we have Curtis and Ekin-Su. I really don't know how to feel about these two. Like I said, Curtis is growing on me. I do like this like new and improved version of Curtis that we're getting. But because Ekin-Su is Ekin Birkenbag Sue, I'm thinking how much of this is genuine and how much of this is for the plot. I like that she's doing it for the plot. And I like that she's injecting drama as well. Because let's talk about Ekin-Su, okay? Ekin-Su came in, her little pearl draped dress. I said, wow, definitely making an impression. As soon as she saw that love triangle between Ronnie and Elma and Cass forming, she went into Elma's ear and was like, you should be jealous. You should be jealous. Elma was like, jealous of what? That's my friend. She said, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. You don't know that girl. What is she going to do? She may be kissing your man. And Elma's like, she would never. Oh, she did. Oh, she did. So Ekin-Su, she's really good for like pushing storylines and stuff. Even when Tina came in, she was like, hey girl, I know that, you don't want to hurt India's feelings, but like, be here for you. Do what you got to do. If you got to step on toes, it is what it is. You're a bombshell. I support bombshells. So Ekin-Su is definitely a storyline pusher. And I wonder, is she pushing her own storyline being with Curtis? Is that what you're doing? I got my eye on you. But I'm very entertained by you. So it's okay. You can stay. And then Marcel and Olivia. I'm thinking of the logistics. I know Olivia wants to leave and get a husband and stuff. But like, he is still a husband. I'm sorry. Legally, he's still a husband. So I'm like, girl, I don't know if this is the boat that you should ride. But okay. All right. Can they work? Does she want to be a stepmom? Maybe she does. Maybe she does. That's okay. Last season, there was Lewis and, what was that girl's name? Demi. She was cool with it. So I don't know. Marcel, have you changed? I question Marcel because Marcel came in a little defensive with the whole Gabby situation. And he was like, it happened 7 years ago. Exactly. So why are you still on the defense if it happened 7 years ago? And if you truly feel like it was a mistake, it's worth apologizing and you're a changed man. So I'm a little bit sketch on him, but right now he's treating Olivia well. It's nice to see Olivia being treated well. So I don't know, maybe there's potential there. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the people on the show. If I was to make predictions of like who could win based on the first week, I think Kaz has great potential. Kaz brings drama. Kaz does not care whose toes she's stepping on. She doesn't care whose face she's kissing as long as she's kissing somebody, okay? That girl is a force to be reckoned with. I think she could win. I also think Ekin could win. Ekin had a great following her first time around. That Turkish audience does not play about Ekin-Su. So if she's in the final, I think she's going to win. Of the guys, I think maybe none of them. No. I don't know. I think they're all kind of even at this point. I think Scott has a chance depending on how he plays things. If he gets a lot of favor from the audience, I think they're going to like him. I think they're going to vote for him to win. Also, depending who he's partnered with. I think India is honestly a good shout. And maybe the new girl too. Maybe Tina. I didn't watch. So wherever you're watching this podcast, like, let me know if Tina was... I know she was only there for a short time, but like, was she a good enough character to want to like root for her? I think maybe if he was with Tina and he doesn't do India dirty, he could potentially win the show. Let's talk about potential bombshells. Ovi. I'm sorry. I will keep singing from the mountaintops that Ovi needs to come on this show, please. For me. Do it for me, please. Who else would I like? I would like Zara to come on. Not Zara, who's with that guy who's in the Love Island universe. The other Zara. Zara from season 9, I think it was. I think she was a great time. She's very like exuberant. I think she's a model. So she's like, she's gorgeous. She has poise. Like she's very put together, but she also will put you in your place if you try her. I think she's also quite open with her options. Like her taste is quite eclectic. She doesn't just have one type. She's open to a lot of connections. So I think she'd be a good person to bring on the show. Some other people, if she wasn't in a relationship, I would like to see Molly again. Honestly, any of the Mollys. Isn't Molly May single? I mean, I don't know if she wants to leave the baby, but imagine Molly May coming back. I think that would make a big impact if she came back on the show. But I was thinking more so Molly Smith, even though she's with Tom now. I really liked her. I think we really got to see her personality on All-Stars season 1. It was All-Stars, right? Yeah. All-Stars season 1. It was great. Davide. Okay, so hear me out about Davide, because I feel like he and Ekansu might just be fighting the whole time. But so far, Love Island All-Stars has been like a pseudo therapy experience, because season 1, we had Molly and Callum. They came in as exes. They left as great friends. Season 2, we have Gabby and Marcel came in as enemies damn near, and now they're friends. Maybe this is like a time for Ekansu and Davide to like hash out their feelings, you know, maybe become friends, maybe reignite the spark. We don't know. And also, Davide's just a great time. His one-liners, "You're a liar, an actress. Tell me you don't want that back." I would love to have that back. I also would love to have Jay back. I think Jay was on that same season. Big dude, buff, fine as all get out. Bring him back. Yeah, bring him back. Also, bring back, now I have like so many names in my head. Hold on. Who should they bring back? I want them to bring back Cynthia, because I feel like Cynthia has words for Casey. This was in Casa Amor, if you remember. The way the man just had his way, respectfully, with her, and then just like threw her to the wayside once Casa Amor was up. No. I didn't like that. You can bring back the twins, Jess and Eve, just for a little razzle dazzle. Bring them both back. I don't know. Whatever. Bring Chaz too. Was his name Chaz or Chad? Chad? Chiz? Somebody, child. I don't know. I wish I knew people from like earlier. Theo. I didn't watch his season, but I know him from, oh no, I think Theo's with Olivia. Olivia is from Love Island USA. She won her season. I think it was season 3 or 4. It's sickening the amount of reality TV lore that I'm aware of. This is a problem. I told y'all I was a junkie. Send help. But if Theo is single, bring him on too, because he's a great time. His one-liners are great as well. I think his taste is also quite varied, so he would connect with a lot of people, and he's a mature guy. This is a mature cast at this point. Like I said, I was kind of concerned about Marcel's age, but these grown people, I feel like I'm a little bit more invested, because there's more on the line with them. They are at the stage where they actually want to leave with a partner. It's not just brand deals, even though I'm sure the brand deals are great. It's not just that fame and publicity again. It's actually like, no, I'm at a place in my life where I need somebody for real. And Love Island has worked. There are plenty of couples who are together. Some have kids. Like, yeah. Bring some mature people on. Bring Theo. Don't bring Lewis again. Y'all can keep that. I don't even know whose decision that was. But you could bring Demi and Eva and Naz. Bring them both. I like mess. Oh my gosh. But bring them both. Yeah, those are my people. You guys let me know if you agree. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you don't like my options, but let me know who you would like to see to come in as a bombshell and who you would like them to couple up with. Make sure to let me know all your thoughts on Instagram. You can DM me at Reality Recap Pod. You can leave a comment. Tell me who you want to see, who you don't want to see. Tell me if you agree or disagree with who I wanted to see or maybe don't want to see. I definitely want to keep the conversation going. All your thoughts are welcome. Definitely let your feelings flow in the comments down below, and make sure to check me on all platforms. We'll be back every Tuesday to talk all things Love Island All-Stars, maybe even the lore that's going on the outside, the rumors that are happening. I'm definitely going to keep you up to date on everything that's going on, because we're in this together. We're now mutually locked in. So if I'm locked in, you're locked in, and we're going to be locked in here every Tuesday.